My name is Karl Hauer. My company is Hauerswest, and I'm the watercolor painter. Hauerswest originally started in 2012, and it didn't start with art. It started with a personal survival kit. It took off. We kind of lost the market share. So we had the business name, business license. Ultimately, we wanted to have our own business. Had no idea it was going to be art. In 2007, I was involved in an accident. It concreted my relationship with God. There's no question that I'm loved. We were out 202 hunting black-tailed deer. My brother and I each had a couple of new people coming with us, and so we had spent the morning hunting, have a quick little snack break, kind of talk about the next setup and what we're gonna do. One of the rifles was laid up against the vehicle. In my book, that's a no-no. And prior to this incident, I'd been around firearms my whole life. I've been in the Army. My process is to go port arms. You come up, cross your body, check your safety, check your action. I didn't get that far. There was brush down there as well, so as I'm coming up, it gave pressure, pulled me forward at the same time, short stroked the hammer, and there was a round in the chamber. At that point, I got bit, shot twice, bullet in next to the stomach, just on the outside of the ribs, popped out just above my heart. Then it went into my lower left jaw, through my face, and then out just behind my left eye. I was fully aware of what happened. In fact, I was looking down the barrel when it went off. And so I had a good idea what happened. And I think that helped save my life. Those that were there loaded me in the back of the rig. We didn't have cell service, but my brother, thank God, had a ham radio. And he got a hold of a man in Cannon Beach named Lauren Wolgamuth. On our way into Astoria on 202, one of the sheriff's officers had passed us going out, and he knew what rig we were in, so he spun around, pulled us over, took one quick look and said, "Get on to the Olney fire station." So they put me in an ambulance with all the blood in the county and shipped me off. Timing was perfect. Through that experience, I learned a great deal of how to rely on my inside to turn some of that. They call it PTSD. It's just a monster that jumps in your head when something traumatic happens. I needed a way to get this out of my head. For me, when I have a pencil or a paintbrush in my hand, PTSD doesn't follow. With art, once I lay that stuff out, especially if I'm having a PTSD, just a bad day, creating is the absolute medicine for PTSD, personally. When you're creating, for me, I don't have time to feel that garbage. It may seem that lonely and horrifying, and it is. Don't give up. Just find that outlet and feel it in here, because everything else is numb when you're going through it. That experience put emotion in my art. Even though I didn't know it at the time, it was absolutely the catalyst that I needed to put color into my art. Quite often through my sketching, I would grab colored pencils, try to throw in some color to things, and it never flowed the way my eye could see things naturally. One day, my wife asked me, "Where are all the paintings that you've been working on?" And at that time I was painting in the basement. And so I'd finish a painting and under the table it would go on the stack. And so she asked if she could see a couple of them, and so I took them out. She went with them off to market, so to speak. One of her customers came through, saw a pencil sketch of mine that Lisa had taken to work with her. His name was Joe Bush, an incredible watercolor artist. He showed me some of his work, and he asked me, he says, "Would you like to see how this animal works?" And I was intrigued, absolutely intrigued, because the colors that he had on his art is how my eye sees things out here. From that point on, we started off by trying to sell originals, which a bunch sold. Our good friends, the Damasis, they had a gallery in town, some other avenues of turning the original art into other forms of art. That was the way we wanted to go. What makes this coastal community so unique and special is the people. And it's not just what they do, it's why they're here. My first experience with that was the Seaside Chamber, the networking down there. I'm gonna never forget my first day down there, scared to death. I went in there and it was full on open arms. That accident took a lot out of me. It took our entire community to keep me alive long enough to get to Portland. All of the art that comes out, it's like giving back. Connected Coast is like a big hug. It's an opportunity to share specifically on a bigger scale than just one-on-one why we're doing what we're doing, how we're doing what we're doing, how the community ties into that. I would love to represent this community on a larger scale, national, international, specifically with paintings of our features, column, bridge, trolley, the Astoria waterfront, haystack, all of it, like the world to see it through my eyes and feel it through my heart. Thank you to every one of the businesses who has the supplies and the product that I need to maintain this. The Fine Art Supply and the Art Loft in Astoria is the place. And big thank you to those that are having our product in their stores. You have enough confidence and admiration in the art to let it represent you in your store. Thank you so much. I love my community, I do.